got no one that back calling me splurge. Ride me jump right off the curb.
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling now.
Bend that over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 1069.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 1069.
Hey! You looking for clothes too?
I'm looking for the money. Ignite ain't waiting on nobody.
Clue number 1. Celebrity mentorship. That's right. Real coaching from real stars. Not your cousin who does freestyle on WhatsApp.
But how you find clue one already?
I'm gonna get trained by a celebrity mentor. I wonder if I'm skinny fabulous.
Registration is now open and closes on September 12th, 2025. So don't sleep on this chance.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I am back on a quest to push myself beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride. Not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run. It's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island Sips. Beyond standards, beyond expectations, beyond water.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
The sound setter of radio.
Ain't got no one that back calling me splurge. Ride me jump right off the curb.
New year, different
We
lane.
gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling now.
Bend that over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 1069.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 1069.
Hey! You looking for clothes too?
I'm looking for the money. Ignite ain't waiting on nobody.
Clue number 1. Celebrity mentorship. That's right. Real coaching from real stars. Not your cousin who does freestyle on WhatsApp.
But how you find clue one already?
I'm gonna get trained by a celebrity mentor. I wonder if I'm skinny fabulous.
Registration is now open and closes on September 12th, 2025. So don't sleep on this chance.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I am back on a quest
El amor entiende.
lo que nadie puede entender.
You never see it coming.
Quiero amarte para
And
siempre.
the next thing you know,
Enséñame cómo
unconditional
amar
love.
incondicionalmente.
Unconditional love. She ain't looking for no diamond, ain't digging for no gold. Just somebody to love. Unconditional love. Got to let this woman know it's real. Exactly how the road boy feel. Oh baby, oh lady, a big man with him. Yeah, this one is called Lover's Choice. Never know you would I really feel so nice, love sponge. I don't wanna let you go. With you I'm in no hurry. Oh no, this one is called Lover's Choice. Never know you would I really feel so nice, love sponge. I don't wanna let you go. With you I'm in no hurry. Why don't you just come back, darling? Give me another chance. Oh, whoa. I will make you satisfied. No lie, hey. Come back, darling. Give me another chance. Whoa, now. Babylon, come and tell me that no right. Me say me bun it and pass it on the right. Me say them coming and them look and down the dread. Them say, hey, natty dreadlocks, where you come from? You must have two stick of sensi under your tongue. Me say, no, after so Lord, you must be mad. You only smoke cigarettes and strictly shag. Oh, whoa, sweet, yeah. Oh, whoa, sweet, yeah. Deadly, hey. Some call it Spanish Town, a prison oval rock. And some call it Spanish Town, a prison oval rock. Way, what a cool and deadly. Hey, the people are skanking while the daughter them whining. The rude boy them tripping. Yeah. What a cool and deadly. Yeah. And in the ear that a Jackie fashion.
Back to the future.
After you made my day, hurts to know you're going away. Seems like my life began to ruin now that you're departing pretty soon. But what more can I say? Yeah. Sad to know that you're leaving, even though it's kind of grieving. Sad to know that you're leaving.
Back to the future.
But I know that you'll return real soon. Went to a dance last Saturday night. I was feeling tipsy and the mood was right. Sight a little daughter and I step in the corner. 'Cause I feel like dancing all night. But I said, cool down the pace for me, little woman. You're dubbing it too fast for me. Cool down the pace for me, little woman. That's not how it should be.
I can't take it.
Back to the future. Boom 1069 gives you 15 minutes of the biggest throwbacks.
I can't take it. Oh, I wonder why you had to go. But baby,
there must be a way out of your love. I have got a mind of my own. So don't you keep me in this silent tone. You're so dangerous, dangerous girl. You're so dangerous, dangerous girl. Hey, was not yesterday since I met you. From the very first time, I know I'm gonna make you mine. Today I am calling for you, requesting 100%.
Back to the future. Boom 1069 gives you 15 minutes of the biggest throwbacks.
Hey, was not yesterday since I met you. From the very first time, I know I'm gonna make you mine. Today I am calling for you, requesting 100%, 100% of your love. No, no, no.
So how you cut out that part then? I am on the run like fugitive. Why you cut out that part? Why is that? Anyways.
And I know now. No, no, no. You don't love me as I know now. 'Cause you left me, baby, and I've got no place to go now.
Back to the future.
Nobody feels any pain. Tonight is the last time inside the rain. And everybody knows that baby's got new clothes. But lately I see ribbons and her bows have fallen from her curls. Yeah, she takes just like a woman. Oh yes she does. And she makes love just like a woman. Yeah. And she aches just like a woman. But she breaks just like a little girl. Yeah.
I know without a doubt, listen, you're inside, you're checking inside with us. Some of you still in bed, some of you up and about already, heading off to work, and your vibes in, you're tuned in, and you're there rocking away. OMG on a Monday morning. Here's hoping that you had a wonderful weekend, a great weekend, and you're looking forward to another productive week as we head on off to work. Good morning, rise and shine, give God the glory. It's a brand new day. Get on up, get on out. Get yourselves together as, yeah, you and I, all of us, Shady here, Fuji here, we're checking inside, getting ready to face this brand new and beautiful day. Head on. It's 7 o'clock, so let's do this. We're signing in, and then we come inside and we chit-chat for a little bit, all right? Go ahead and share the live. Share it, share it, share it. Let's go.
Back to the future. Boom 1069 gives you 15 minutes of the biggest throwbacks.
OMG in the morning, lighting up SVG on Boom 1069.
I just checked. We ball good, come on. Love to drink with my friend, come on. And the line with the friend, come on.
for me. It remind me of the first time I touched party. I cannot deny the vibes, the shock was so heavenly. On a candy cloud, everything just feels so sweet. Yeah, when I look on the left, it's so much pretty gal. I'm fitting in the carnival with a bag of green on me like a criminal. But if I wine on a gal, see the team all around way, and we having a good time. Yes, we having a good time. Do you remember the time I talking about the very first line? When last you've been to a party, plenty women looking so nice. We must be in paradise. When last you had a time to remember, it's only bumper the fender, and the drinks got done. They call me lady. It's like I've been here before, and I did this before. Deja vu, deja vu. It feels like I've been here before, and I did this before. Deja vu, deja vu. Yeah. And if you see how she whining, and if you see how she whining, temperature keep rising, temperature keep rising. I say I love in this feeling, yes I love in this feeling. Only time we will feel it, only time we will feel it. Lord, when you whine and go down, and you fling it on the ground, when you whine and go down, girl. I when you whine and go down, and you fling it on the ground, when you whine and go down. I when you whine and come up, and you stamp up it up, and you whine and come up, girl. I wanna wind up, come up, and stop up it up, and you wind up, come up down. If music was the food of life, then surely I will never be satisfied. Like the air I breathe, flowing through my veins, music hit me hard, yet I feel no pain. I say, Mama, I love the way this music makes me feel. And I love the way it makes me so real. I say, Mama, music take me over, my addiction can't be cured. I say, Mama, yeah, this song of soca, I want it more and more. I say, Mama, addicted to these vibes, it's like a therapy. I say, Mama, some of soca music just got a hold of me. Music is Mama addiction. I just wanna say Mama, no. So I say Mama addiction. I just want it more and more. Listen, family, we all day. We having a time. Raise your glass and wine. Family, we all day. No time for bad night. Just be up and wine.
Let's check in with the family. Let's see who we got inside with us from early, and we start the ball rolling. And is inside from the get-go. Good morning. And good morning, Marissa, Kathleen, and Mary. Anu. Seems like a new one. Alicia is inside. Good morning. Good morning, George. What's up, George? Good morning. Shane Boynes is inside. Let me see. Jacqueline is inside. Who else? Bing is fine, you know. Yeah, Bing is fine. He'll be back. Hopefully, I think we just have about one more week with me, and Bing should be back. All right, soon after that. Don't worry yourself. He's coming along fine. Laurel. Good morning, Laurel. Beverly. Good morning, Beverly. Tonya. Good morning, Tonya. Helen is inside. Aisha. Cecile, good morning. All right. Blessed Monday, everybody. Welcome. We're inside. Now, a number of things we'll go off on, and I am hoping that we receive better treatment from our internet providers, service providers this week than what we received last week. We didn't get to go in on a number of things because, of the technical issues that we battled with. I'm seeing signs that things have been put in place, so it should be smooth sailing this week. I look forward to smooth sailing this week. Speaking about sailing and the sea, we heard Not too sure how many of you were able to follow what transpired yesterday in Sanssouci. You know, the situation where a youngster about the age of 12 found himself in distress at sea. Not too sure how he ended up, if it was just a case where he was playing, you know, on the seafront right there, the beach area, and he was pulled out by the waves. You know, the waves, that side would be what? The Atlantic Ocean side, you know, those waves up the sea. On that side ain't anything to play with. All right, not too sure how he ended up out in the waters, but he was in some distress for quite some time. And you know what amazes me most is the response by the negative response or responses by too many people. You know, I saw where a villager, she was the one who posted at first frantically. You know, she posted and she sung the cry for help. She posted via social media, Facebook. And from what she said in the initial video was that she has been calling. She called the police station. She called Coast Guard, you know, and minutes after, well, when I saw the initial video was a little after 2 o'clock. And well, I didn't listen. I just saw it and scrolled over because I didn't know what was happening at the time. And around 25 after 2, I saw that it was shared by St. Vincent Time. By that time, I was there getting ready for work. And I turned up the volume and realized that it was actually a cry for help. And they zoomed in on the child out in the waters, and he was there floating on his back. Right, so let's call that about 25 minutes inside there already, plus the length of time that she claimed that she was trying to get help from the authorities, calling the police. I mean, it's panic mode. You would call the police. The first response in an emergency might be, it will click that, okay, let me call the police and see what they can do, and then the police might direct you to call the Coast Guard, and then they take it from there. But you saw comments like, why are you calling the police? Why don't you call his parents? You know, heartless response like, why? I mean, what can they do? You right there, why don't you go and help them? Why don't you go and help him? Cold, inhumane response. You know, I mean, we can't be like this. And you know what saddens me most? If that child was from you got an iota, some kind of inclination that child was from an upper class family, you know, you wouldn't have been saying those type of responses. It would have been more caring, out of more concern. You would have been empathizing. You hardly got that. Yes, there are persons who share those, but too many persons with the negative on it. A child, you know, a child, and you saw a big man, and he seemed to be educated. The choice, the language that was used, and his first response was, why not call his parents? Where are his parents? Why is he on the beach in the first place? I mean, they're kids. Yes, we will try our best to educate them about the safety while playing on the beach, for example, the do's and the don'ts. But there's only so much that we can do. It might have been an innocent, he might have been innocently there playing, and something went wrong. There was a high tide or something, and he paid no attention. Because based on the length of time he was out in the water and him being able to maneuver the waves while out there must be some level of experience. So perhaps he grew up on the beach. There's some kids like that. But it's sad. The type of responses that you saw, the cold-heartedness, the heartlessness, listen, oh my God, who want to get inside? Good morning.
Richard,
morning.
Shady morning. And when I look at that,
Speak up some more. Speak up some more.
When I look at that thing yesterday, it really touched me. And to see the negative response that we're getting from our Coast Guard, especially. I mean, if she reach out for help, it doesn't matter who she reach out to help for. She did reach out for help, and I was hearing this is something like the guy jump off of the rock or something like that. I don't know how true that one is, but you have to give the youngster credit because he couldn't swim. Like he can't swim that much, but he can float.
My brother, at least he knows how to float
he float to keep himself.
And that was
up,
a very long time that he was out there for.
And they're looking at the gentleman who went out. Thumbs up to him.
Oh yeah, I think Webb is the name.
Webb, yeah.
Big up to him. Big up to him.
I looking at his position, like he didn't really much of a swimmer, but he went out on that thing.
And he risked his life. It could have gone bad. Yeah. It could have gone badly, you know.
It could have
because
gone bad.
we've heard of situations in the past where somebody come under is out there under distress and somebody attempt to go and help.
Let me take you back a couple of years ago, right? I had an experience going to Myro on a boat ride with Splection boat ride, and a gentleman threw himself overboard, but I didn't know he did that at the time. I only heard the boat stop and I heard it saying help, 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 and I was on the top of the boat, right? And it was two of them in the water, and Jeffrey Kingson went over and was having problem with one, and we see this other one going, and I
was on that. I remember that. Yeah,
I threw over and went to assist, and this is in Pate Canawan. I threw myself and went over and said assist. I brought back one of the guys on the boat, and they were throwing some rings, and every time somebody threw the ring was tied. Is that somebody who has another sailor who was on the boat threw the ring with everything on the ropes, and I put the ring over the guy, take him back. Went back to help Jeffrey's son, and they were telling us that another guy was there, but we didn't see the other guy. That's the next guy.
Right, yeah.
We didn't see him, but we brought these guys back on show, and it's because of when I went back to Jeffrey's son, the guy wouldn't put the ring over his head. You know what I had to do out there? I tell him, I say, look a shark, and Jeffrey. I tell Jeffrey's son, Rodney, look a shark coming up there. When the man look wrong, I punch him at the side of the neck, and cool him out, and then we strap the ring over him and tie him up on the ring and pull him back to the boat, Because in a position like that, if somebody would respond, you have to do something in order to get the attention of that person. When I reach back on the boat, I tell him, I say, boss, if you want to hit me back, you can hit me back. But he just
at least that saved you there, right?
Yeah, and I think from that after, that is why so much boat ride never really used to be going out. Because that youngster who jumped was warned already by the Coast Guard to sit down. Now, our Coast Guard people, look at that clip now from yesterday. Our Coast Guard, and they don't really...
What you feel about the response? What you feel about the response from the Coast Guard?
Poor, very poor.
Why you say poor?
Because you're calling the Coast Guard base, and I heard of them saying that the Coast Guard boat was not there, it was somewhere down the leeward side. Our Coast Guard boat place is supposed to have more than one boat, man.
All right. Okay.
What happened to all those boats that they had?
All right.
Now I'm saying, here is a fugitive. Looking at the clip where the Coast Guard reached the guys there, you want to tell me there isn't two Coast Guard guys who could have been swimmers to go over in that water with a ring to assist these guys?
Right.
They just
that also speaks to the form of training, the type of training that they undergo.
They just went and have a ring. And remember when that boat going to the guys, it pushing off water.
Water.
So these Coast Guard guys only shot two swimmers, throwing themselves over, going over, making sure that the youngsters is secure with a ring, and the other Coast Guard base guys are working on the boat to take them in. It's the same thing that happened on Rock, but when the Coast Guard went wrong, man, these Coast Guard they're not trained.
So training is an issue. Responding in an emergency is an issue.
Yeah,
all right,
definitely.
Okay.
But thumbs up to the guy.
Yeah, definitely. Big up Webb. Big up Webb. Big up Webb. Webb is the hero. Webb is the new hero right now. All right. Thank you for calling. Big up Webb. And had he not risked his life with what limited experience he has as a swimmer and venture off into the waters to assist that youngster, it would have ended badly yesterday. Now, I purposely ask about the response from the Coast Guard because you know what the other level of sadness is as soon as you start asking questions and highlighting issues, highlighting the tardiness when it comes to responding in an emergency. Everybody gets defensive, you know. Now, we're not expecting a superhero, but next in line would be the police, next in line would be the Coast Guard, and so on and so forth when it comes to responding in an emergency. The ordinary man, you don't expect the ordinary man to be equipped with even the basics of training and how to respond, especially at sea. So when you hear people lash out at the Coast Guard for the tardiness, especially in the response, now how could you come and tell me that, oh, they didn't respond soon enough because the vessel was somewhere down on the leeward coast? Just in December, we boasted that we had 9 vessels attached to the Coast Guard unit here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That was in December. 9. So how are you going to tell me that because one was on the leeward coast, nobody else could have responded? Now, yes, we have 3 bases. Off the top of my head, I think it would be Kaliakwa, Beckway, and is it one in Union or Canawan? Union and Canawan, yeah. So that's 4. Union and Canawan. I can't remember if Beckway have a base. Yeah, I'm thinking unless that changed, but I think Beckway, there was one in Beckway. Unless that changed. I can't remember a base in Beckway, but there's in Canawan and there's Union. So let's call it 4. 9 vessels. So I'm thinking that at least one would be in the Grenadines, 1 each at each of the bases in the Grenadines, which would leave 5. Well, no, that would be 6. So because that would be 3. Let me say Beckway, Canawan, Union. Right? Mainland would be 4. Or even if you say 2 each, and the mainland would get the extras. So it can't be 1. And every time you say Coast Guard, everybody thinks that it amounts to 1. I mean, when they check, I believe they probably include the Medivac. We've heard the issues, the big slothful one, you mean? Yeah, the big one. I guess they count all. Yeah, but the thing is, we said we have 9 vessels. 9 vessels. So you can't tell. No. Well, that's the other thing now. But they're the ones who boasted that we have 9 full operational. If they're fully functional, well, I guess they didn't go into those details. But you can't in this thing. I mean, we're the ones who say that I don't think Beckway have, because normally when they have emergency, you have to leave mainland to all go right down. Okay, so maybe not Beckway, but Union, Canawan, and Kaliakwa. Okay. Max, good morning.
Morning. If they be say they had 1 hour, I feel better.
Okay, exactly.
Because if they have 9 and I go on, so that mean them willfully now do you work at them?
My brother, it's sad. And the stupid responses that you're seeing from people.
Brother, if they only had 1, we would have said, okay, bam, them I work with what they have. But if they had 9, I mean, none of them sit down and nobody know who them accountable for what they're not doing. Remember, rat gutter, who save people at rat gutter?
Man, you get the impression that, remember, they're supposed to be doing search and rescue. But it seems as though they're more hell-bent on searching than the rescuing. So it's like whatever happen, and then we'll go and search.
Okay. But when you play in Crash Down Beckway, why first people go and try rescue people? What are we doing? And then he medivac. Now he medivac can't even fit a proper wheelchair.
Boy,
and the amount of money they say they spend for that money. Yep. That means somebody become a millionaire after the money they before them turn 30 because money have you seen a spend money boat?
Boy, it's
what are you doing? But I don't want to take away from the shine of the Vinci hero there who went out and saved the youth, man.
Web, big up Web.
Big up yourself, Web. You know what I'm saying, man? Just take a man and big up to the youth, man, too, because the youth man was floating.
Exactly.
Glad he didn't exert any energy and get
panic.
Tired and had, you know
yeah. So it means that he must have had some experience at sea.
Brother,
maybe he grew up there.
Maybe. But these are things we should be teaching in school,
Mhm.
and parents teach your children how to float, because you never know when any distress will happen. We also need to implement first aid and CPR in secondary level, because we are surrounded by school. Me taught that already, you know. Me say we need to teach children how to pump people chest, because I have a friend in Layu who went there, he was drunk and went on the right shoulder. And when the policeman show him, and hand was moving and nobody didn't know enough
What
to
to
just
do?
pump the water out the
Right,
man.
right, yeah,
I talk that I say we should implement that. Somebody who are
Basic
ULP
first
come
aid.
and say, somebody come and some ULP man say Max Starkin stupid is them, then I want nobody who is not trained to save their life. Me say, okay, if somebody not trained could potentially save your life, you want them leave you for 100% dead, or you want stand a chance of survival? I see how doubters people are some because of political affiliation.
Boy, and you saw
But
it yesterday.
If a donkey could come and put his hoof on my chest and save me, donkey bring jackass come help me.
You saw it yesterday.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Boy, but anyway.
Okay then, my buddy. All right. Yeah, Cian. Okay, so Cian would be in. Yeah, so we'll go ahead because yeah, I think I just saw him coming inside there. All right. Let me see. I think we should emphasize that floating in those situations is always best. Don't try to fight the tide. That should be encouraged. Let me see. None in Beckway. The one in Beckway. Okay, so the one in Beckway belongs to customs. All right. So there is one somewhat in Beckway that belongs to customs. So there's that. There is Kiano one. And there's one that moves. Well, I guess that would be the same one for Union Island that goes between Myro Union. Okay, so there's Kiano one. There is Union Island. All right. Cian, you can go ahead and make the link, my brother. All right, so Cian should be joining us. Morning, Fuji. SVG Coast Guard is very slow to emergency response. They either don't have the vessel and they show up late. Let me see. There's that. Cian, good morning.
Morning, Fuji. Morning. A million times. And
glad to have you back. Glad to have you back.
Good to be back. Listen, man, I don't know what's going around, man, but it knocked me off my feet. Yeah, last week.
And so much better this week, though.
Cough. Yes. I feel a lot better. Not 100%, but a lot better.
All right,
so
give
thank
thanks.
God for that.
Give thanks.
All of your listeners across the globe, wherever they are.
We missed you.
Overseas. I miss everybody too, you know. I miss my comrade Shady. I miss Fuji. Well, you know, Fuji and Cian is the best thing on radio in the morning.
Yeah, come on, man.
You know, so all the listeners. And Fuji, I like where you started. I'm going to use where you started to morph into something else that I saw over the weekend. Well, I recognize certain things even before the weekend, but it appears it came to a head on the weekend. Now, the trend, Fuji, is negativity. And it's unfortunate. But it's one of the reasons I don't post on Facebook. It's one of the reasons I don't engage on Facebook. It's one of those reasons why a lot of things may happen and I wouldn't even know. Just like you said you saw the video and you scrolled. I saw something too. I scrolled and I came off. I really don't spend a lot of time on Facebook because there is such negativity. The most innocent of things is met with a barrage of negative and despicable comments from people who, and one of the things about it that worries me even more is the fact that they find it funny sometimes, or we normalize it. Social media has offered platforms to individuals who would otherwise be irrelevant. And I'm going to say that, and I know I may draw some
no, but it's true.
responses for that.
It is true.
And so their relevance, they wake up every morning to come to social media to see how many clicks they can get, because that's where they derive their relevance. And sometimes it's just to get the clicks. They say something outrageous because they know people are going to come and they walk away smiling because I got the attention I wanted. I used to be a teacher. And one of the things I knew and I learned very early, is when a child wants attention, even negative attention is attention. And so they become disruptive in class because they suck the attention out of the classroom. And so that negativity, somebody puts up a poster that's missing, with somebody missing, oh my God, don't even begin to read under those comments.
Especially if it's a female.
especially if it's a female. You know, and while I understand the skepticism, and we know the story of the boy who cried wolf, where people do things, and people have to be worried about them and so forth. But the negativity that comes out from our society is just stifling. And what happens, Fuji, is that negativity comes into everything. It goes into the church. It comes into our politics. And so very often you hear people blame the church. What is the church doing? Or look at what our politics is. But it's not the politics, you know. And it's not the church. It's the people that bring their negativity into these various aspects of life. There's so much negativity going around. That is why, I don't want to pick on anybody, but bro, like, you see, when I come in the morning, I kid you not, and I hear Hamilton's voice, I switch. It's too angry. It's too angry. It's all in the morning. I have a 6-year-old daughter. She's in the car. We come along in the vehicle. My boy, she just don't play a nice mix and so on and so on. And then Hamilton comes in, and oh my God! And we don't need that. You know, we can disagree without being disagreeable. People can have robust discussion. Like I talk to Max all the time. Max love to punctuate about who dotish and who this and who that. But then Max is the one who talk about elevating the level of discourse. No, tell me. Tell me, Max. Always referring to other people because you disagree with them, because you do not, you have an issue with what they say, but they dotish. So Max smart and they dotish. Everybody who disagrees with Max or has an alternative thing to Max. And I'm like, Max, I know the passion, I understand the passion, but bro, people are listening. People are listening. And look, I disagree with many individuals. But God knows I try as much as possible. There were times years ago, Fuji, where I was robust, where I refer to people in certain ways. But there's something called growth. There's something called development.
Maturity.
And we gotta grow. Yeah, we gotta mature. And those things are things that happen throughout our lives. We never stop growing and we never stop maturing. We got to change the discourse. We have to be the ones to change the discourse. And when you see the negativity and you hear negativity, don't engage it. Dismiss it. Which makes me go into what I wanted to talk about this morning. Now, sometime last week, early, I saw a video on TikTok with a Caucasian man, a heavy accent, sounds Eastern European maybe, and or maybe even one in Nordics. And he was here to visit, and he's showing videos just arriving in St. Vincent and so on and so on. And he's showing the accommodation. To me, it looks like a nice little bed and breakfast. Not sure where it is and so on. But then he goes into describe the breakfast. Oh, the rickety shower. You know the regular water heater that we have. The accommodation at one of those, you refer to it as a rickety shower and so on and so on and so on. And after a few minutes into the video, I think, see, boss, you need to leave the country. Just go my business. Where come from? You know what I mean?
I mean, that's what he paid for, right?
Exactly. You booked it before you got here. So I just dismissed that. Then a few days later,
I did the same. I did the same thing as well.
I scrolled through TikTok. I saw something again. He's on the beach and he talking about this haunted hotel and so on. I'm like, lad, what is this guy coming for, hello? Right? So the 2 videos, and I was like, man, just another attention seeker. But I just moved on. I didn't comment. I didn't do nothing. I just left him at his video. You're posting. But then on the weekend, I saw someone posting, sharing a video of his, and the young man was extremely disparaging about St. Vincent as an island, right? One of the islands in the state of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And, it's not it. It's not it, he says. And he said, I'm not going to recommend you guys to come here, and so on and so forth. So when I saw that, Fuji, I ran to the comment sections because I'm like, let me see what's going on here. And my brother, for the first time in a long time, I was pleased. There was almost unanimous rebuttal, pushback of those comments of the young man on his video. If you don't want, then go to a different island. Go. When you talk about the natural features of St. Vincent, the island, we can't change that. We have mountains, we have black sands. If you want turquoise waters, go to the Grenadines or go to Seychelles. I mean, it's your money. spend it how we choose. That's what the free market system allows for. But what I was so pleased about was the way, generally speaking, the majority of individuals commenting saw this as an attack on our country that was unnecessary.
Of course, it was unnecessary.
And they responded likewise. I'm not sure if that individual expected Vincentians to agree with him. And I mean, some individuals had elements of agreement with him. They might say, oh, well, if you travel, you might see this and so on and so on and so forth. But by and large, most individuals were not happy with you visiting. You're a guest here, my brother. You're a guest here. You are a beneficiary of our hospitality. Because regardless to where you go, people are going to be friendly and hospitable to you. And for some strange reason, there was absolutely no mention of the hospitable nature, the guest experience he has received from the owner of the Airbnb. Was he a nice person? Was he accommodating? The people that you bumped into, you said you drove across the country. What were the people like? Were you able to engage them and so on? Absolutely nothing.
It made me wonder what was his mission, what was his purpose,
what was his mission,
what were his intentions.
I did too. I did too. I thought, why did you actually come here?
Yeah.
What was the point? But at the same time, while he's speaking and suggesting that he doesn't recommend his friends to come here, a video is being shared where Sanders is talking about, the head of Sanders is talking about the significant improvements in well, at least his own business, his successes that his business has had since he's been here, and opening up a second one and so on and so forth. So clearly there are individuals who see it, who come here, who like it and are returning. So in midst of what we started about with the negativity, where sometimes, too often rather, the negative aspects of our society shine too brightly, covering down and doubting out, to use a colloquial phrase, doubting out the exceptional, the brilliance, the positives that we have, and there are so many. So we talk about where, for example, in all the negativity, look, I am not going to promise anybody, Fuji, that I am going to jump in water to try and save them, because I don't think I'm that strong a swimmer. Right? And so the level of bravery, but selflessness that it takes for someone to look out and see somebody in trouble and just jump in without thinking to go and rescue, those are the type of positives that we should highlight. Know. Yeah, and we know we're capable of. But the point that you made, Fuji, is that even in that shining moment, people took the time and made the conscious effort to be negative.
Yep.
The people made the conscious effort. This is a brilliant, selfless, brave moment. But I'm going to be negative anyway. I'm going to be negative anyway. And boy, I tell you, whether it is people's engagement with each other on a civilian level, their engagement with authority, whether it's at work, at school, with the police, and so forth, wherever, unless we, and I was looking at, somebody shared, I don't know why it came up in my feed, but somebody shared a comment that Jerry George made years ago before he died, where he said, crime is not a government problem, it's an individual problem. Individual make decisions, individual perpetrate these crimes, and individuals know and hide it up. Because we have all of our negativity and our anger and whatever negative emotions we have, and we allow those things to play out. And that results in the committing of crimes. But look, I'm glad you started that way, Fuji. I hope, I know this may not be the sexy type of commentary and broadcasting that individuals want to hear this morning, so they might find you boring this morning.
It's a good, no, it's a good way to come back. I mean, you've been out for a little bit. Welcome back. This is
the discussions that we need to have. We need
of
to be
course.
We need to look at how our own attitudes, our own negativities are spilling over and essentially resulting in types of actions, whether it is fights in school from children, fights at the bus stop with students and so forth. People unable to resolve their conflicts. It starts somewhere, and it is nurtured and developed so that when you're big and you're old and you're hard back and things happen, you resort to what you've always resorted to all your life. Negativity.
All right.
Impulsive nature of it.
Yes, my buddy.
So,
all right,
bro, I'm as I said, I'm happy that you started that way, but I want to congratulate all of those
I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement with you. So there wasn't any need for me to engage you like that. So well done.
And I want those individuals, I want to congratulate those individuals who saw the need to push back on those negative, unnecessary comments about St. Vincent Grenadines.
Yes.
Congratulations.
All right.
Have a good one, buddy.
Okay, then take it easy.
Yeah, man.
All right. We're going to pay some bills and we come right back. We got Council coming in at 7:45. Keep it locked inside. Boom, OMG on a Monday morning.
Hello, champions. I am Sinclair Stapleton, your best friend. Today I'm here to introduce you to the red and green Lviv fruit herbal supplements. These products are going to help you to alleviate sickness and pains from your body. They contain...
Let's go! Boom 1069, the sound setter of radio.
Young got no one that back calling me splurge. Why me jump right off the curb?
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling now.
Bend that over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 1069.
Hands on your knees. Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 1069.
Hey! You looking for clothes too?
I'm looking for the money. Igniting, waiting on nobody.
Clue number 1, celebrity mentorship. That's right, real coaching from real stars, not your cousin who does freestyle on WhatsApp.
But how she find clue one already?
I'm gonna get trained by a celebrity mentor. I wonder if I'm skinny fabulous.
Registration is now open and closes on September 12th, 2025. So don't sleep on this chance.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I am back on a quest to push myself beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride. Not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run. It's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island Sips, beyond standards, beyond expectations, beyond water.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
sound setter of radio.
Young got no one that back calling me splurge. Why me jump right off the curb?
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody, everybody, and we're telling now. Bend that over, let that breathe, shake that.
Boom 106.9.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 106.9.
Hey! You looking for clothes too?
I'm looking for the money. Igniting, waiting on nobody.
Clue number 1. Celebrity mentorship. That's right. Real coaching from real stars. Not your cousin who does freestyle on WhatsApp.
But how you find clue one already?
I'm gonna get trained by a celebrity mentor. I wonder if I'm skinny fabulous.
Registration is now open and closes on September 12th, 2025. So don't sleep on this chance.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I am back on a quest to push myself beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride. Not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run. It's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island Sips, beyond standards, beyond expectations, beyond water.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. "85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Sound setter of radio.
Young got no one that back calling me splurge. Why me jump right off the curb?
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody, everybody, and we're telling now. Bend that over, let that breathe, shake that.
Boom 106.9.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom.
I guess we'll go ahead and be on standby as we await the arrival of Council Thomas. Alright, that should be coming anytime now, so let's do this one in the meantime.
Shout out to the K-Plus heroes out there. Just know we appreciate you. Oh yeah, reaching out to the unsung heroes without fear. We pray that God protect you everywhere. It's not easy on the front line. You have to put your life on the line. It's sticky on the front line. Risking your life to save mine. And you work
working overtime to give us peace of mind. Giving all you got so the pieces align on the front line. On the front line.
You know, these days I get upset whenever I remember the purpose behind the song, you know. You know, shout out to the K plus heroes. When we did not have a vaccine, they stood up and they fought and they battled and they went out. Yeah, ignorantly went out, lack of knowledge, and they fought and they were there, ever present on our behalf to ensure that we were safe. And following the claims that we found a vaccine, these same K plus heroes were disregarded and discarded, and they had to take a back seat, and we ripped the capes off of them, and James EP stayed silent. Nothing. Anyways, Council is there. Let me put that up. Council is there. Council Jomo Thomas.
Plain talk. Plain talk with Jomo Thomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now.
On OMG.
Council, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Fuji. I don't know what's happening, but it seems as though every day now I have internet problems.
We are all experiencing it.
We need to, Fuji, you need to go in your Glenn Jackson's mode and organize a boycott of both of the companies. Remember Glenn Jackson did that some years ago?
Yeah.
You need to go into that mode, because the unfortunate thing is that these companies demand payment even before the month begins. And in other words, you are paying them in advance. But in addition to that, you don't, like, if you have water and the water goes, the meter stops running. If you have electricity and the electricity goes, the meter stops running.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
With these companies, whether you are off for 1 minute, 1 hour, or 10 hours, you still pay the same fee each month. So something has to be done. But I want to talk, and this is probably going to show you off from where you and Cian started. But I want to spend a few minutes addressing what Cian said. First thing, I think it's a good thing that Cian did the kind of reflection that he did. And coming off of a slight illness, he had some time to think and to speak about the coarseness of our discourse. The fact that we are destroying each other, and that we tend to see each other as evil rather than in a marketplace of ideas contending. I have long said that in much of our discussion, we need more light and less heat. So I'm glad to hear Cian embracing that as a thought. Implicit in what he said, though, is this notion of bad talking St. Vincent. And a lot of times when a searchlight is placed in dark places of power or to show neglect or disregard, it is said that you are bad talking the country. Now, I don't know if by doing that you are bad talking the country at all. In fact, I don't think you are. I think that if we're speaking to shortcomings, if we're speaking to weaknesses, we can do all of that in a proper way that highlight the deficiencies that we have in our country without bad talking. But I think in general, of course, the example he gave with that individual who talked negatively of our country, I didn't see it because I don't spend that much time on social media. I am a novice in these things. A lot of it came a generation too late for me. So I can't do all of the things that all you younger people do. But I take the general point he was making, that here this man came in here and he was saying all kind of things that, and it was he was happy, and I think that I would have been happy. I would have been happy too, had I gone into that thing and see Vincentians push back against what was evidently unnecessarily negative. Yeah, note that I said unnecessarily negative. But the larger point, though, is that Cian, for example, cited Max as somebody who engages in discourse and say Max called people dotage and so on and so forth. And I wonder if Cian listens to his leader. I pause for that to sink in. And I repeat, I wonder if Cian Marshall listens to his leader. If he does, he would have to. I don't know where he is now. I don't know if he still journeys up to the 4th floor, but he ought to go up there and say, look, we need to be a little bit more enlightening and stop doing the kind of things that he says of people over the years. And I don't need to repeat them because people remember them. I don't think there has been any more, if we talk about character assassination or attempt to assassinate people's character, than has come from the leader of Cian's party and the leader of our country. I don't think I said anything there that is wild. I think on both sides of the ledger, people will conclude that Prime Minister Gonzalez has been very, very negative in his characterization of persons who might have the slightest shade with anything he says. But I am all for shining light into dark places. I am all for us dealing with issues, policies, programs, because, as I said, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because we are an intellectual desert, we need more light and less heat. We need people who can explain things, because, you know, the outstanding Martinican revolutionary Franz Fanon once said that the people can understand the most complex issues if the persons who are explaining it want them to understand. And I absolutely agree with that. But that's not what, I just thought that I should jump off on that because I came in early and I heard him present. And I commend him for presenting in the way in which he presented, but I thought that I must come back to say what all of us would agree, whether you are ULP or NDP or no P. But what I want to spend a little time dealing with this morning is, it has come to my attention now for some time that there's an underage female in police custody who has made serious sexual allegations about people in authority. Underage female sexual allegations against people in authority. And I've known it for some time, but I have not said anything because I wanted to see if the police high command would do what they would do in the normal course of business. Because in the normal course of business, if there's an allegation against the vast majority of people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the police would find that person, the police would arrest that person would be taken to court, that person would have to mount bail, if they would have to mount bail, and if they can't afford bail, as many persons have, they would spend time in prison until the case comes up. Now, this is not the first time.
No, it's not.
That someone in police custody have alleged to be sexually exploited by those in authority. It's not the first time. I'm talking about the first time the female has made that allegation. And I can't remember what happened, what came out of the allegation the last time, if anyone in authority was arrested or charged. And because I can't remember, because I try to remember not to forget, it may well be that nothing happened. Here again, there are these allegations, and as I said, I've heard them for weeks, and I held back because I really was expecting that the police would turn the corner when it comes to allegation against their own. I really wanted to see them turn that corner. But alas, the searchlight has to be placed on them to see if they would do the right thing. I don't know, as we have seen over the years, anytime there's something having to do with the police high command would issue a statement and say that the matter is being investigated. And the investigations are inevitably unending, because having come to the public to say the matter is being investigated, there's never an instant where the police comes back and says, having investigated the allegations by fugitive, we can now say so and so and so and so and so. We don't hear that. Except for one time. People may remember when CJ Weeks was chased to his death in 20 Hill. Two things happened. We were told that there was going to be a coroner's inquest even before the investigation was done. And then there was an investigation. Well, there was some investigation where a report was sent to then Director of Public Prosecution, Sigilla McDowell, and sadly, unfortunately, the Lone Director of Public Prosecution issued a statement in which she said she saw no criminal culpability. Well, that was inappropriate in a number of levels. Because if you are saying you saw no criminal culpability, why then have a coroner's inquest? Because the coroner's inquest is to find out what actually happened. And I can tell people that the coroner's inquest is going on now. And I have sat through a number of sessions of that inquest. But I would not say anything yet until the coroner's inquest ends. I would not say anything. So that's the only time we know where there was a report back. And even when the report back came, it was done inappropriately. Because if this Lone Director said that she saw no criminal culpability, what if the jury in the coroner's inquest comes back and says manslaughter? In other words, normally what happens, a lot of times they come back and say the person died by misadventure, meaning there's nobody criminally culpable to the death. But what if the jury comes back and says something else, where the law director already said. I hope people are seeing the legal difficulties that this would present. But to get back to where I was, it would be interesting to see what will happen. Because as I said, ordinarily, if this were, well, Fiji, I don't know if you about you, because you might have all kind of links high up in society, but if this were the vast majority of ordinary Vincentians, if an allegation was made, we can be sure, we can be certain that arrests would have been made on the accusation, and then further investigation may have taken place. Because if there's an accusation in law, we can say that there's reasonable suspicion, or more than that, probable cause to arrest, right? But here, we have statements being made of sexual misconduct, which in my estimation and my understanding of the law amounts to probable cause, but there have been no arrests now for weeks. But I guess the investigation is continuing, and I hope that we would hear something.
But did they say whether or not they're investigating them?
Say that again, Fuji, your voice didn't come through clearly.
Did they say whether or not the accusations are being investigated? Or are you just assuming that an investigation is being
No. There have been no announcements at all.
Okay.
As far as that, there have been no announcement there are no announcements in the public domain from the police regarding what I'm talking about here. And I'm saying this is going on for weeks.
Right.
Nothing in the public domain that says, oh, you know, we are doing an investigation. This is under this is what do you say? It's locked down, it's tight like a drum.
Under lock and key.
Under lock and key. Right. That's the local parlance. Under lock. When it's under lock and key, it's really, really locked down. Yeah. And somebody may be attempting to throw away the key, but we shouldn't allow them to do that. But that's my take for this morning. Thank you so much.
Thompson. All right. Keep us updated on that you should until we meet again. All right.
Until we meet again.
Omg in the morning, lighting up SVG on Boom 106.9.
I'm missing, don't make them take advantage of you. Mama know I be, but please me I beg you, don't make them come mess up your body. And you dirty man, leave the people picking them alone. You dirty man, you know it's wrong, so leave the people picking them alone. It's a disgrace, man. See the signs and turn a blind eye. Me I beg you to stop it. That man when you have a come take you, when you left him still at hurry. You left your young girl all alone. Not take your daughter, sell out to you, dirty man. You dirty man. Leave the people picking them alone.
Oh, them money.
You dirty man.
Oh, them money are so cool. Oh, them for 1 earth, 180-year-old. Me ask you lot for protect them soul when school over. Children, please go home and leave the fella back a friend thing alone. If nothing bad for you, me, you're there on your own. Them find your innocent body with no clothes, no. Prevent detention better than what? Me say them deserve something else. Prison I got too good for them. Full time or firm up for mates. That's why we ask Father God for strength. Me say them deserve something else. I don't know why them so cruel. Long time we should have firm up for mates. That's why we have to give thanks for strength. So if you really want for cause of drama, just cook them now go make it prosper. Come for your barefoot like Muta. Try load the people them data. From you I try mash up the kids' future. Them will turn your face in a Freddy Krueger. Run them out from Boya. Get them out.
6 minutes inside, 8 o'clock. Welcome inside. 8 o'clock, let me see, we got Weeks coming in at 8:30. We have a scheduled interview with a brief interview at 8:45 with Quartz Ready Cash. They'll be inside with us at 8:45. So we gonna go ahead and open up the lines for those of you who wish to get in, who wish to share. All right, the lines are open. 455-1069. You know, from that bit that Council Jomo shared with those accusations, I guess it's a matter of waiting and seeing what transpires in the coming days or weeks if we would hear anything from the authorities. Because like he said, there was another report sometime in the past where a young lady was in custody and we heard reports of accusations that were made. We heard that an investigation would have been carried out, but I, off the top of my head, can't remember if we ever heard. I think somewhere along the line we heard of some transfers that were done. That's about it. All right. There's one of the articles that I want to pull up. Maybe we'll go there inside 9 o'clock. With how the top brass plans to deal with, you know, we've seen them, we spoke about them just last week, the situations where you're seeing the altercations between civilians and the police. How the commissioner plans to deal with it, we'll share that inside 9 o'clock. That's one. Not too sure, want to link with what Jomo was sharing, but what Jomo shared. Not too sure if you saw the article that came out last week or week before via Asbot News Network. Allegations against a parliamentarian. We heard about a number. Let me take this. Good morning. I swear I had it. Did I get it? I got it. Good morning.
Morning, Fuji.
Morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Sherry.
Morning, Truth Seeker.
Good morning. Good morning. Blessed Monday to all of the listeners. I just want to briefly comment on what Councillor Thomas spent most of his time speaking about. It's a frightening situation because instinctually I went to my mind went to ensuring that young lady is protected at all costs.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? I am concerned about her safety because we have seen time and time again where people have leveled accusations against powerful figures, and for whatever reason their lives have been destroyed. I can think of two names come to mind: Michelle Andrews and Yuki Farrell. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But alongside that, I can't help but to think, when are we as Vincentians going to do our utmost best to protect our girls and our women? What sort of significant steps are we willing to take to ensure that they can live their lives free of victimization, free of exploitation? Because I haven't seen that in the last 25 years or so.
You see, part of the problem, something that presents a problem where we at. You know, according to who is making these accusations, right? then it is determined by who the accusations are against. You see that part there? Because according to who is being accused of doing whatever crime is being committed, that determines the response by some people in public, eh?
And funny. It's funny you said that, Fuji, because I think, subject to correction, that the Prime Minister is on record as saying, when you're a political figure, you're presumed guilty until proven innocent. But we are not seeing that. We are not seeing that at all. And recently, I saw the Minister of National Mobilization come out after the two recent brutal murders of women in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And she was adamant that something has to be done and so on and so forth. But she sits as part of a cabinet, as part of an administration that has done very little in that regard. Why no? Why no? Is it a political opportunistic situation that she found herself in where, okay, she wants to promote herself politically? Right? I remember also, because remember, she shares the same side of the aisle with a woman who was credibly accused of participating in shooting somebody.
There we go.
And that woman, when she was questioned, said that she did it because she has an intrinsic need to stand up for women.
There we go.
But since then, not a word, not a que from any of them.
Yep.
Not a que.
That's where we
from
at in
any
this
of them.
country. That's where we at, my brother.
Yep, and Fuji, let me tell you something. When I hear politicians speak like that, opportunistically, it takes me back to a line from Hamlet.
Which is?
A tale told by an idiot, full of song and fury, signifying nothing.
Yep.
Nothing. Because all you're doing is talking. And no actions are being taken.
No action whatsoever.
But I
None.
pray for the day when our women would be elevated to the place where they deserve. Seriously. Because they carry so much in our society. We have to give them that love and respect and protection. Blessings on you, gentlemen.
All right, then. Thank you for calling, my brother.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. Got some commercials coming up. Let's go do these and we come right back. Hey, don't forget this coming Saturday night. We're going to be inside the NDP headquarters. If you love a good back in time fete, there is where you need to be. More than 60% tickets sold out already. All right, get yours before they're gone. Don't stick with it. You can get your tickets right here at Boom. Drop by any time of the day and secure yours. Let's take one more caller and then we go to the ad break. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr.
Morning,
Fuji.
my brother. Welcome.
Fortunately or unfortunately, I happen to be listening, and they are saying more things change, more they remain the same. Or the more you hear I know this might please people, our distinguished Prime Minister speak, and speak for the region, not only for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, is the more you hear, more backwardness and dotishness. And it bothers me. Anyhow, I'm happy that Jomo is able, as a legal brain, a legal person, to come and expound on some of the shortcomings.
Well, you see, the thing is, it might have been under the quiet, it might have been kept hush-hush for the past weeks. Now Jomo put it out there. I guess we'll hear something from those in authority.
Hopefully. As usual, that's how things that's how things happen here normally and so on. But there are two names in my where women are concerned that will remain indelibly in the minds of any sensible, conscious Vincentian. And those names are
like seriously,
I had the names,
like seriously, Dave.
the policewoman, the police woman, Michelle Andrews.
Right.
Well, sometimes, the Prime Minister was the first man to expose her, He was the first one. So, and that was a strategy, And Yogi Farrell. I knew Michelle Andrews. I know her mother. Big up to the mother. And that thing really... Michelle was like a sister to me, the way I felt that thing when that thing happened. And I couldn't believe women like herself would have treated her, chastised her, bring she down. It's money she want. And she been there with the Prime Minister. This country not easy,
Yeah.
Sometimes I sorry I live in this country.
Like I said, according to who is being accused of whatever crime, that determines the outcome. That determines how the public responds to the accusations that are being made.
Those two names in my book will always be remembered by our women who are conscious women who have love in their heart and respect their sisters in this country.
All right.
Thank you.
All right then, my buddy. We're going to stick up and we're going to pay some bills and we come back.
Back to school is a breeze with Geku. As the new school year approaches, Geku is here to make your shopping experience effortless. Our back to school loan is designed to help you gather all essential supplies your children need to thrive. Visit us today to secure your loan and don't miss your chance to win. Weekly prize draws featuring $250 vouchers to help your back to school budget go even further. Give your kids the gift of successful learning with savings that truly makes the grade. Geku, terms and conditions apply. Let's go!
Boom 1069, the sound setter of radio.
Ain't got no one that back calling me splurge. Let me jump right off the curb.
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling now. Bend that over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 1069.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 1069.
Hey! You looking for clothes too?
I'm looking for the money. Ignite ain't waiting on nobody.
Clue number 1. Celebrity mentorship. That's right. Real coaching from real stars. Not your cousin who does freestyle on WhatsApp.
But how you find clue one already?
I'm gonna get trained by a celebrity mentor. I wonder if I'm skinny fabulous.
Registration is now open and closes on September 12th, 2025. So don't sleep on this chance.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I am back on a quest to push myself beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride. Not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run. It's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island Sips, beyond standards, beyond expectations, beyond water.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
The sound setter of radio.
Young got no one that back calling me splurge. Why me jump right off the curb?
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill. And we're telling now. Bend that over. Let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 1069.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 1069.
Hey! You looking for clues too?
I'm looking for the money. Ignite ain't waiting on nobody.
Clue number 1, celebrity mentorship. That's right, real coaching from real stars. Not your cousin who does freestyle on WhatsApp.
But how she find clue one already?
I'm gonna get trained by a celebrity mentor. I wonder if I'm skinny fabulous.
Registration is now open and closes on September 12th, 2025. So don't sleep on this chance.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I am back on a quest to push myself beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride. Not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run. It's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island Sips. Beyond standards, beyond expectations, beyond water.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Touch up on this. Say she only got one life. Can't stay on the job site. Make a memory for a lifetime that could last. Yeah, come on baby, knock a glass with two eyes. She don't catch feelings, she catch flights. So she coming back to the sunshine paradise. Lauren said call out in New York City. Say she coming home cause she must start to play. Lauren said coming home cause she must have to play. If you hear she calling, I need a little run away. Lauren coming home for carnival, I need a little run away. This woman not bad, she party bag, I need a little run away. She tell she friend and family, I need a little run away.
Mix me DJ, mix.
What she whine and roll.
Yes. That's DJ Shady live, you know.
All over the road, what she whine and roll.
Listen.
When the rhythm.
Bigger bigs, we're going on, brethren. Morning. Shout out to Frank. Morning. Now, we got weeks coming in at 8:30. Well, calling in at 8:30. All right. Mazai, big up. Shout out to Bing as well. Yeah, Bing is coming along well. I'm certain that he is in tune as well as we speak. Shout out to Bing. All right, and he will be back shortly, about another week or so. Don't worry yourself, he'll be back. All right, now I wanted to share this. Let me start with this bit first, and then I share another article. But let me just put it out before weeks comes in. All right. Within 1 month after the vaccine became available, Pfizer and the FDA were aware that the vaccine did not stop COVID. By July 2021, Pfizer had determined that one of the most common side effects of the COVID-19 vaccine was the potential for vaccinated individuals to contract COVID-19. Yet they lied and claimed that breakthrough infections were rare. One of the most explosive revelations from Pfizer papers is that despite COVID-19 being a respiratory illness, Pfizer seemed uninterested in researching it. There was a paucity of information. A massive chunk of the study focused on reproductive health, including the sperm, placenta, and ovaries. They found that after the vaccine, there was evident damage to the placenta and that there was a 40% incidence of pregnant women failing to carry their babies to term. It gets weirder. Pfizer advised vaccinated men to avoid sexual or other forms of contact with unvaccinated women. If they felt compelled to do so, Pfizer advised that 2 forms of contraceptives be used. What the hell was in these vaccines? It makes you wonder, right? This came from Jomo's article, Plain Talk article last weekend. Go check it out. Interesting information that he shared. Excerpts from the Pfizer paper. Spencer not yet. Oh my God, Spencer, like he just want a vaccine. Spencer not yet. We got weeks. I just wanted to put it out. All right, I just wanted to put it out. That's that there. So Spencer, after, let's say inside 9 o'clock, Spencer. Inside 9 o'clock. Now get this. Scientists finally, scientists have admitted that the COVID vaccines are less effective than claimed. No, I read that wrong. Scientists finally admit the COVID vaccines are less effective than claimed. All right. Finally, they have admitted that all the effectiveness that they promised to us in regards to the COVID-19 vaccines, they lied to us about the effectiveness of the COVID-19 vaccines. COVID vaccines may have been less effective than first thought, according to an article via the Daily Mail. The WHO claims their rollout prevented 14.4 million deaths worldwide in their first year, with some estimates closer to 20 million. But new research by Japanese scientists indicates that while the mRNA jabs made by Pfizer and Moderna undoubtedly prevented severe illness, immune protection dipped much faster than expected. We'll stick a pin there. Mr. Weeks should be joining us anytime now. Shady, play the intro, and then Mr. Weeks should call us, and then we let him do his do, and then we come back.
Time to connect with the most loved man on radio. Sir Lancelot is in the building.
Brother Weeks, anytime you're ready, take it away. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. BB.
Morning, sir. How are you doing?
I am good. Good.
Okay, let me make sure.
Shady, my G.
This is
morning,
long.
sir.
Good morning, Mr. Weeks.
So how you say Shady and then you refer to me as Mr. BB? What's up with that?
You know, Shady is my general.
All right. Oh, yeah. He said my general Shady. I'm just what, a constable? Yes, sir. Morning.
We can be anything we want to be.
Of course.
At least in our mind.
Yeah. Welcome, though. Hope you had a great weekend and all them nice things.
Thank you, sir. Yes, I did, and I hope you did also.
Somewhat.
I know you have your work cut out to do. And you've been doing it, so I wish you well.
Thank you. If you could raise your volume for a little bit more for me, please.
Listeners, greetings.
Okay, much better.
I don't want to veer far from the discussions that you've been having this morning. So I will make a little contribution in that regard. I'm talking about the whole issue of violence and the violation of people's rights. I think the issue of violence is one that we need to stop and take a slightly different approach to it. I want to say up front that I condemn all violence against women, all discrimination of women, girls also. But I want to take it wider and say that I condemn all violence, all violence. I understand why we highlight the violent acts when they are committed against our women and girls. I truly understand that. But I believe until we start looking at violence in its overall dimension, its larger dimension, that we're going to be having a problem. Because what I have observed is that the majority of violent acts that take place in our country and in other jurisdictions are usually done against males. And it is only when it becomes overbearing that you will hear the condemnation. I am quite happy of a situation that is taking place now. I saw part of it ventilated or at least spoken of in the media over the weekend. I'm talking about a case that is now being tried before the magistracy, and I am quite happy that the trial is taking place. So hopefully we'll have a ruling on that. We may agree or disagree with respect to the outcome, whether it's a verdict or the sentencing. But after that, we can move on because we can safely say the law took its course and we can move on to the next event. I note and I know there has been significant numbers of persons who have gone to university and studied issues surrounding sociology from our country. Many of them came back, sought a job in the public sector, got one, and it seemed to me very often that's the end of their study. There are few who would go on to do some postgraduate work, whether it's a master's degree, and still yet few go on to do a PhD or some doctoral studies. But I don't think we are doing sufficient to study violence in our own country, in our own societies. It has always been my wish and my hope that some of these young graduates who come back, they will take the time to collect the data, whether it is numerical data or simply or otherwise, that you will collect the data and do the analysis so that we can guide the process of dealing with this problem that has been with us from the very inception, since the days of slavery. Slavery was all about violence, and it seems as though we never ended it, and we will never end it until we put in a concerted effort to understand it and to deal with it after we understand it. I said a while ago that it seemed to me that most of the time, most of the violence that takes place are perpetrated against males. And once you continue to be violent to males, especially while they are yet grown, when they're children, and you continue to be violent to them, whether physical or otherwise. And there's a lot of violence that takes place in our country that are not, where physical blows are not involved, the way we speak to each other, the way we speak about each other. And I believe that we must target that. I implore our nation to take steps to target that, to pay attention to parenting. I know Pastor Richards have been speaking about this for years. I did too. I remember when persons are talking about the school system and the lack of performance in our system, and a lot of emphasis was being placed on teaching and teachers. I said, yes, you need to strengthen teaching and teachers as well. But I always thought, and I heard Pastor Richards saying it last week, that parenting is our major issue. Yes, we need to put things in place. We need to recognize our DPP as a Minister of Justice and the independence that goes with that office. We can disagree and we can comment on the actions of the DPP, but we must, as a society as a whole, understand and recognize that the DPP his or her role is to ensure that justice is administered. And justice is for the victim as well as for the defendant. So those are my comments for today.
Thank you, Mr. Weeks. All right, thank you. We're at 19 minutes away from 9 o'clock. We have Quartz should be making a link with us at 8:45. So we play one or two. I go get my coffee and we come back and we chit chat with Quartz at 8:45. And then inside 9 o'clock we open up the lines and we continue to take your calls right here. OMG on the Monday morning. Hold on, Kevin. Kevin, inside 9 o'clock. Inside 9 o'clock we take calls.
When I'm feeling under the weather, you just make me feel sweet. Ice the cocoa tea, use the sugar, and together we are complete, darling. Heat me up. Only you alone can put fire back in the soul. Heat me up. And they telling me I should leave that fire alone. Well, the more they tell me, the more I'm holding you close. I could never let you go. Miss how she lay. Girl, I'm coming home, I will see you again. All day through the night, I'm dreaming. Yeah. Miss how she lay. When you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain, put that butter on the fire. Bubbling, you're bubbling, you're bubbling, it's over. Raise the temperature higher. Coming in, you're coming in, you're coming in closer. Make the thing catch a fire. Spill it all on the ground, all over the counter, yeah. With that pot on the fire, yeah. It's your cocoa tea, I love.
I'm so into you, mama, mama. And I'm really feeling your vibe. You make me want to subscribe. Woman, I had to follow you. Aha, aha. Just had to click the like button, and now I'm gonna leave a comment. Woman, you're simply amazing, amazing. And you got me falling, falling for you, for you. Yeah. And every night and every day, every time I make my way, I think about you. It's true.
Like in old time days, woman sweet and the music nice and it's rub-a-dub, rub-a-dub, dub, rub-a-dub. Like in old time days, people dancing vibes and vibes in here. Rub-a-dub, rub-a-dub, dub, rub-a-dub, dub, dub. Big people whining, girl, down inside of this dance, I tell you. Rub up on it, hey. Rub up. When I hit the wild up thing, girl, then we go slow dancing, I tell you just. Rub up on it, rub up on it. Who are vex, I go vex. Don't stop, wine out the straight. Rated X in the says, your attitude, me want beg you fit. The liquor done gone to me head. Active, wall to wall is bare. Practice, and we know what's next. Bad girl pain, that back pain, cock back wow. Like in old time days, woman sweet and the music nice and it's rub-a-dub, rub-a-dub, dub, rub-a-dub. Like in old time days, people dancing vibes and vibes in here. Rub-a-dub, rub-a-dub, dub, rub-a-dub, dub.
It's the time we come out to party. Everybody screaming happy. Morning jump. Want to take control of your body. Make you feel sexy and irate. Come and dance, join the line. Everybody moving tight. Make some space, move your waist. This is more than you can take. Feel the heat from the street. Break them rise and reach the beat. Move your feet to the beat. Oh, this rhythm really sweet. Sexy and irate. Come out to party. Sexy and irate. Come out to party. Sexy and irate. Come out to party. Sexy and irate. Come out to party.
Hey, so remember we should be joined at this time. Okay, yes, so they are there. I see them backstage. They're there, ready, and well, they were just there. So we should be making a live link up with Quartz Ready Cash anytime now. So stick around. We chit chat with Quartz for a little bit, and then inside 9 o'clock, we facilitate your calls. All right, Quartz Ready Cash is inside with us. All right, good morning. Good morning. How are you? Good morning.
I'm good.
You look rather sprightly.
How about you?
I'm not bad. I'm here. A little bit under the weather-ish, but I'm good.
Okay, great.
All right, welcome.
So, good morning to all of the listeners out there. This morning, I'm just here to let you guys know what we currently have in store. So, yes, we know that school has started back, but right now we still have our code school from back to school promotion still going on. That's where you come on in and take a loan of any amount and you get entered to win a free laptop. So you come on in, you take a loan of any amount and you get entered into a draw to win a free laptop. As well, with each loan you get free school supplies, so notebook, pens, pencil, things of that sort. And at the end of the month, which would be this month, yes, the end of this month, you'll be entered into a draw to win a free laptop. All you need to bring is your 2 pieces of ID, your job letter, your pay slip, and a bill in your name. If you don't have a bill in your name, however, you can use a bank statement from the bank or credit union. Also, we have our payday loans. We know that school started back and you probably don't spend up all of your money for school and you need a little infusion of cash. You can come on and ask about our payday loans. So that's why you take a loan from 300 to 1,000 and you pay within 3 months. It's totally interest free. Again, it's from 300 to 1,000, totally interest free, and you pay within 3 months. You just need to bring along your proof of address, the bill in your name, your job letter, pay slip, and your ID. And of course, we have something for our small business owners. We have something for you guys. So it's the same documentation for you guys. However, you will need to provide a sales record for at least 3 to 6 months. So at least 3 to 6 months proof of income to show that you have monies coming in, whether you write it down in a notebook at the end of the day or you have your receipt book. You can bring that to us.
Okay.
Right.
Now,
So you can bring that.
in regards to the payday loans, what if you've never done business with Quartz, you haven't yet been a customer with Quartz? Does that disqualify you from being eligible?
No, not at all. Not at all.
All right.
Not at all.
Good. Just checking.
Yes.
Go ahead. Listening.
Yes. So for the business loans, you must show record for at least 3 to 6 months. Your business must, however, has a fixed location, and your business must be registered as well. So you bring on in your ID, your registration, whether it be your receipt book and notebook, and the bill in your name. You come on in and you speak to any one of our reps. If you guys have any further questions, you can shoot us a message on our WhatsApp at 4945380. We're located right opposite the post office, right after Lady J. So right after Lady J, you come down, you knock on the door, and the security will let you in. I know sometimes persons usually come and they would pull the door and think that we're closed.
Yeah.
So you just have to hold on and someone will let you in. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys this morning.
Oh, that's it?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You do the same. Thank you for dropping by as well.
All right.
Okay. So that's Quartz inside with us. Let's do these and we come back.
Just for you at Quartz Optical. Get 15% off when you bring in your...
Let's go! Boom 106.9, the sound setter of radio.
Young got no one that back calling me splurge. Why me jump right off the curb?
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling now. Bend that over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 106.9.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 106.9.
Hey, you looking for clothes too?
I'm looking for the money. Ignite ain't waiting on nobody.
Clue number 1. Celebrity mentorship. That's right. Real coaching from real stars. Not your cousin who does freestyle on WhatsApp.
But how she find clue one already?
I'm gonna get trained by a celebrity mentor. I wonder if I'm skinny fabulous.
Registration is now open and closes on September 12th, 2025. So don't sleep on this chance.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I am back on a quest to push myself beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride. Not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run. It's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island Sips. Beyond standards, beyond expectations, beyond water.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
The sound setter of radio.
Young got no one that back calling me splurge. Why me jump right off the curb?
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling now. Bend that over, let that breathe. Shake that. Boom 1069. Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 1069.
Hey! You looking for clues too?
I'm looking for the...
4 authorized hardware stores: General Hardware, Gibson's Building Supplies, Lane's Hardware, or Miners Hardware. For more information, you can call us at 457-1703 or visit our website, justwashit.vc.
OMG in the morning.
Chimney, new government, give thanks. Sing it. You know, every day, realest thing here in our world, brother. We give thanks. For real. You spend all that money on your watch. How much time you spend with your son? So much money in the club. How much you spend with the ones you love? The simple things are your blessings. Simple things, them are your blessings, a blessing. Simple things are your blessing. And you don't notice your blessings. You pick it with the shoes by your feet. Now pick and choose the friends where you keep. You now watch where you eat. When last you get a good sleep. The simple things are your blessings. Simple things are your blessing, your blessing. Simple things are your blessing.
Blessings all for my life and my thank God for the journey. The earnings are just for the plus. Yeah. And gratitude is a must. Yeah, me see blessings fall by
had to shut ya. Saw your post a spectacular photo. Keep it burning, yes, that's the motto. If me the butter pass through your shot, to can't ball in a life, man. Me have to thank God for the journey, the earnings are just for the plus. Yeah, and gratitude is a must. Yeah, me see blessings fall by me right hand. But I toast to the friends who take off every load. One time they sit down in a class and we board then only said the road them.
4 minutes away from 9 o'clock. Before we cross over, let me throw this out in the meantime. So when we come back inside 9 o'clock, we touch on whichever one of them you want to touch on. All right. SPG Police Chief promises no pay suspensions. In a move, it says signaling a zero tolerance approach to police misconduct. Commissioner Enville Williams of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force has reportedly vowed to implement suspensions without pay for officers found to be involved in serious incidents with civilians. This marks a significant escalation in disciplinary measures as previously suspensions were typically issued with pay. Now, they didn't say what happens in a case where an officer attempts to take the life of a civilian. They didn't speak to that, but serious altercations, they say. All right, they didn't address that part where what happens in the case of an officer attempting to take the life of a civilian 23 times perhaps. They probably left that alone. I don't know, maybe the case is ongoing, so they didn't speak on it. Let me go down some more. While Commissioner Williams has addressed officer conduct in the past, sources indicate this recent declaration carried a new level of force, it says. Oh, whoop-de-doo. Reminding officers that such actions are fully within the bounds of police regulations. This comes in the wake of increased public scrutiny following a widely discussed incident involving a serving officer and a female civilian. And that, I would address that. Suspension with no pay. Suspension with no pay. That should act as a deterrent for an officer who figures that he might wanna take the life of a civilian. You know what? Boy, let me leave that alone because chances are I might be suspended without pay. So, these days times are hard, monies are to come by, so I don't want to risk it. Yeah. Anyways, it's just about approaching 9 o'clock. Yeah, so we'll go there, shut down the hour, come back over inside the final hour. We'll be locked inside Boom OMG on a Monday morning.
The time is 9 a.m. This time check is brought to you by Simply Natural Coconut Oil. Proudly distributed by Facey Trading, SVG Limited.
OMG in the morning, lighting up SVG on Boom 1069.
Some cry, some smile, some fight every day. We rise to the top, cause we know what it takes. Through it all we survive, yet still hold the faith. Unchangeable, Lord, unchangeable. Hey, no matter how the dollar might stack up, me still not change. Me I go stay rough. Inna the giddy and you have to buckle up your lace. Be smart, don't be a gruff, no. Life, it's a journey, it's a long race. Mama says, son, be wise and don't bring disgrace. So me take up the broom and start sweep the place. Cause all these ways, they got to get erased. I love to me people that me embrace. The truth are the truth and that can't erase. So hell to all of those who want hate. Just send me to finish this race. So we ain't giving up now. We put up a fight, we got to be ready, cause time's getting dreary. Just said, don't you worry, I'll be in a hurry, Lord. We got to be ready, cause time's getting dreary.
youth hold on, tell mama be strong. Jackie, have faith in God, me no know about man. Long time them a try bring me down, and not just now, from a very young. Chat me every day with them funny tongue. Them a watch me on the telly now. Yeah, giving up now. We put up a fight, we got to be ready. The storm's getting dreary. I said, don't you worry. No. I'll be in a hurry, Lord. We got to be ready. The storm's getting dreary. We pray, we are die, we are die. We pray, we are die, we
Tell me who's gonna keep the peace, yeah. Cause the people don't trust the police, yeah. Sergeant Wally say now watch no face. I waste taxpayer money and can't solve a one case, yeah. A man get liquor last night at me gate. But when them call the police, them come the next day after 8. Well, they must be still down a station and watch tape. I said the man dead already, so make him stay there, go and wait. The police come late if they come zero. The police seems like they don't care at all. The police, they always coming late. The police, they get the youth them big one way.
In an attempt to curb growing concerns or the number of incidents where we've seen within recent times altercations, serious altercations between police and civilians, the hierarchy, they're saying, you know what? Suspension without pay is the way to go. The first thing that jumped out at me, are you saying then that there are times gone by where they were suspended with pay? I'm trying to make sense of what exactly is being said to us. What are they saying? Are you saying that there are instances in the past where you would have suspended an officer, but he still received full pay? Like, help me to make sense of it. I'm just trying to understand where we're going with it. Sounds more like a vacation. It's time off. I mean, okay, so I know, well, boy, you know what? I'm out of vacation days. I don't use up all my sick days. So what else do I have? I needed to take a break. I want to go on an island getaway with my female friend, perhaps. What do I do? All right, I could go and offend somebody, because there's still the option where I can be suspended for offending somebody. All right, and I treat it like a little vacation because I can be on suspension, but it's not going to affect my salary. What are we saying? Anyways, at least we wanted to hear from the hierarchy of the police force, and we're hearing, in order to put a damper to curb the growing or significant escalation between with altercations between civilians and the police. For those who might be out there thinking that they can commit a crime and get away with it, well, a crime against civilians or any crime whatsoever, you might be there thinking that you can go and attempt to take the life of somebody. You know what? To act as a deterrent, you will be suspended without pay. We wanted them to say something. They said something. My buddy, what's up? Morning.
Morning to everybody.
Welcome.
Morning, boys.
Welcome.
Like you had a quiet weekend this weekend, or?
If you only know about my weekend, you hear? Jeez. It wasn't good at all.
You gotta be joking.
Man,
But
no.
you're gonna make up for it this weekend coming.
Well,
back
I hope so.
All right.
What's up? How things with you though?
I good, man. I ain't go to work today because it rain like peas, boy.
Okay. Keep safe.
Yeah, but it's still warm.
All right.
Yeah. No, I ain't reading. I didn't see Jomo's article,
Mm-hmm.
and
You can check it out.
I know of the information anyway, but let me tell you, right? I hope most or all Vincentians pay attention to
Speak up someone though. Speak up someone, Spencer.
Yeah, the information is out of 450,000 pages, people. They hired 3,500 experts, doctors, specialists, right, to go through these papers and come to a conclusion that shows that this stuff was never any good. It continues to do a tremendous amount of harm. I could give you information right here in Ontario that the government here keeping a secret. Tell you, people like joke in the morgue and within the 40-year-old range. Tons just dropping down on fields. Why? Vaccination. You understand? And I hope Vincentians pay a lot of attention to this. Never ever get caught with this again. I'm going to keep reminding all you. I was on top of this right from this February in 2021. All kinds of people call me, all kind of Google doctor and this and that and that. Me and Frank and Jomo and Anisha Batiste all the week.
But you know, part of what is worrying, the bit that came out about pregnant women who were unable to carry through the full term of pregnancy. Fellas who have now been deemed as being erectile. Battling with erectile dysfunction and so on and all them things.
And not only that.
It's worrying, you know.
But yeah, it is worrying. Not only that, but a lot of men are having, right, testicular problems because they ended up with testicular cancer. Tons of them. I have a friend. The guy is a Cuban. His son, right here, he just do work for me for some of my customers with the sprinkler systems. And his son is battling that same testicular problem.
Wow.
And the father and the son now know it's the jabs that they got, that he got. Sometimes the boy for months he can't go to work.
Wow.
And the doctors tell them they can't do nothing for him. You know, it really annoys me. And yet, you know, you had a fella was on every radio station at Dr. in St. Vincent and the Grenadines promoting this and shooting down ivermectin and calling it a horse medicine. He come on with such vigor and enthusiasm and vitality, denouncing everybody, Joe Moe, Frank, me, and everybody. And here he is on radio last week promoting Weed Festival. Well, I ain't got nothing against the Weed Festival. They could have 3 a week if they want. The problem is the enthusiasm that he came on with, okay, about speaking against the people who were looking out for Vincentians, the health and wealth of Vincentians. Why doesn't he come back on now on the same radio station?
Right.
With all, I had to send them, give him, you know. I had to send him every single thing I got on the updates. He should come back on now because nobody from the government side has made an apology.
Well, that's where
people.
I was about to ask. Isn't it like disrespectful?
It is.
You know, I mean, with all this information that is coming to the fore, within recent times. I mean, listen, tons of information, right? And you haven't heard anybody, not even the Minister of Health, not even the CMO, to come to the public and at least say, well, boy, we heard it was a novel virus. We had to do what we had to do and so on. But based on the findings, the recent findings after so many studies were carried out, we made a mistake. Nobody said anything. Lives are being lost. And when there are persons who said, well, boy, it must be because of the vaccines. And they denied it. They find all different kind of scientific reasons to deny it. Now here we are presently. And nobody's saying anything.
There you go. So it's the lack of disrespect, the pomposity of these people who believe that they control everybody and every square inch of St. Vincent, and you can't oppose, we will do what we want. And I ain't in that, I'm telling all of you straight up, I ain't in that. I'm gonna call all you out. It's disrespectful. Never even apologize to say, you know what, guys, we were following the science.
Right. I mean, there's that, but nothing.
Absolutely.
We can't pretend that it didn't happen. We cannot pretend that it didn't happen. So at least somebody should be at least man enough, woman enough to come to the public and address it. But nobody's saying anything.
And that it should be, but even now, if they come, it's too little, too late. Too little, too late, because everybody, the information is out there now, and everybody know about it. So, what are you going to do? You can't even save face now by coming back on the radio or going public with it, and they just hope that it gets swept under the rug and it just disappears.
Yeah, but swept under the rug when there are people still battling with all different kind of ailments.
There you go.
I mean, how could it can't be swept under the rug just like that?
I agree. And that is why, for every reason, every single government that initiated this and instituted this should never be re-elected in government again. It's wickedness.
Boy.
None.
All right then, my buddy.
Right? It's crazy. I don't understand how these guys could be so pompous to not even come on the radio and apologize on behalf of the people who suffering now. And I know plenty people who suffering.
No, of course, one way or the other, directly or indirectly.
Let me give you a story before I go. I have a brother, my older brother in Texas. 2 hours he been on the phone with me last week. 2 hours. Because he was one of them that believed in it. And when I tell him, I say, look at the video that came out from the European Union. He got a totally different perspective now. I say, all of you went to university and college, degree like joke. I say, and all they couldn't see past all they knows that the information is right in front of you. Strictly common sense. You didn't need to go to university to make a proper decision. Common sense alone should have make you. And what makes me more mad is that they use all your work, all your livelihood to convince all you. That is criminal.
Of course.
Every single one of them are criminals.
You put people between a rock and a hard place. You know,
You
force them to choose. Force them to make a decision on something that they know nothing about.
And I know they're hearing me.
I mean, like, come on. And then now you say nothing? Now you say nothing?
I want them to continue to hear me how mad I am. Because this is a direct criminal act against humanity.
Man, the silence, where we at with this, the silence is deafening right now, my brother.
You understand?
From those in authority, it's ridiculously deafening right now.
Man, let me tell you something. This thing is getting me so worked up.
I could tell.
if I ain't done radio now, they don't know my mouth already. They'll get full of some choice words.
All right, everybody. All right, take it easy. All right, we got room for one or two more. We pay some bells. We're inside 9 o'clock, the final hour. If you want to get in, try and get in now. Who else we got online? Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hey, brother, good morning.
I just saw it ringing. Morning, Kenson. What's up?
Morning. Hi, good man. Shady, morning.
Morning, Kenson.
No, I want to touch on two things. I will leave the vaccine thing for last. But the violence thing that was spoken about this morning and so forth, and the police and so on.
Hey, Kenson.
I have to say,
hey, what? Saying that you're gonna be a little bit longer. Let's go pay the bills, right?
Okay, no problem, buddy.
Yeah, let's pay the bills and we come back. All right.
You want me hold on?
Well, if you, well, I mean, it's WhatsApp, so you could hold on. Yeah, you can do so.
No problem, buddy.
All right, then, cool. All right, let's go pay some bills and we come back.
If you know you love a good vintage fettin', it's time to take out your dan. Put on your dance and shoot.
Let's go! Boom 1069, the sound setter of radio.
Young got no one that back calling me splurge. Why me jump right off the curb?
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling now.
Bend that over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 1069.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 1069.
Hey! You looking for clothes too?
I'm looking for the money. Igniting, waiting on nobody.
Clue number 1, celebrity mentorship. That's right, real coaching from real stars, not your cousin who does freestyle on WhatsApp.
But how you find clue one already?
I'm gonna get trained by a celebrity mentor. I wonder if I'm skinny fabulous.
Registration is now open and closes on September 12th, 2025. So don't sleep on this chance.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I am back on a quest to push myself beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride. Not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run. It's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island Sips, beyond standards, beyond expectations, beyond water.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
The sound setter of radio.
Young got no one that back calling me splurge. Why me jump right off the curb?
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling now.
Bend that over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 1069.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 1069.
Hey! You looking for clothes too?
I'm looking for the money. Ignite ain't waiting on nobody.
Clue number 1. Celebrity mentorship. That's right. Real coaching from real stars. Not your cousin who does freestyle on WhatsApp.
But how you find clue one already?
I'm gonna get trained by a celebrity mentor. I wonder if I'm skinny fabulous.
Registration is now open and closes on September 12th, 2025. So don't sleep on this chance.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I am back on a quest to push myself beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride. Not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run. It's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island Sips, beyond standards, beyond expectations, beyond water.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. "85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
The sound setter of radio.
Ain't got no money back calling me splurge. Why me jump right off the curb?
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling now.
Boom 1069. The sound setter of radio.
Can you feel the love on a stranger's face? When my people dancing through time and space. Is our energy when we come down here? They say all we know is to jump and wave. It's in every creed and race. And the carnival is the holy grail. Whoa, I feel I could stay right here, living the mass only, yeah.
Energy into your morning, every morning. That's what we do. Boom, OMG. In the morning time, DJ Shady Fugitive. We're going to be here up until 10 o'clock. Kenson is still there?
Right here, man.
Oh boy, that was a long wait there, brother. You have patience, though.
You know, we
I'm a
waiting longer
patient
than
man.
that. You know, waiting longer than that for government. Yeah, patience.
Ah, jeez. Boy.
QT,
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it shady, boy. We're gonna do it
You
shady.
see the type of stones this man does spell, brother?
Ah, jeez. All right, so what's up? What's up?
Man, I'm good.
Okay, let me see. We are 26 minutes and then we are Pastor
Nah,
Richard's coming.
I'll jump out way before that, man.
Okay, go ahead.
You know, I know you have people who want to jump in. But I was saying before we went to commercial that I listened to Mr. Weeks and I fully agree with what he said this morning about not just looking at one form of violence, but violence overall. And he is correct too, where more violence is done against men than women in society. That is true. Just and the conversation that we were having the morning when we were talking about, you know, men and so forth, is the fact remains that many men don't have a place that they can really go to.
Yes.
You know, to say what is happening to them. We know a lot of violence that is being perpetuated against men by women too. Not just men against men, but women against men too. But that's a discussion for another day. But where Mr. Weeks lost me was when he said the office of the DPP is independent. He lose me right there, so.
Independent of what?
Yeah.
Independent of who?
Like
seriously.
brother, we live in a society where we know what is. Yes, on paper it should be, but we know what is. And I am a recipient of what is. So, yeah, he lose me at the party. But anywho, one of the things when we talk about, you know, the police and all of that, when are we going to see an internal affairs division?
Good question.
And I'm talking about a division that is outside the scope and control of the commissioner. And
independent of the police force.
Exactly, and of the police commission, where they in turn will basically be the watchdog of the police commission and the police force. Because too many times, Fuji, we have seen things, we witnessed things, and then you will hear the police tell you, oh, we did an investigation, we investigated ourselves and found that we did no wrong. How that make any sense? And I'm telling you about seeing things happen, seeing it happen. No, I am not against the police. I am against some of the corrupt practices by some in the police force. And the bad thing is that the corrupt practices by these few are so powerful because it comes from these places where at the end of the day it overshadows the good police. They are very good police. Listen.
Yes.
Look, no man. I know of officers, and you know one of the problems that the police force has is that too many promotions happen that don't happen on merit.
Politically,
and so these political
motivated,
and sometimes friend. You see, and so when you look, I saw when Colin John was leaving the COP position, I saw some promotions made where some people who just went in the force for 3 years, you become a carded officer over men who were there for eons. And we see people celebrating 30 years, 20-something years in the police force as a constable.
Shouldn't be. Could never be.
And even in the civil service and so forth, if you want to go on extension. But here's the thing. When you look at the outline that is there to give promotions, you know the first thing that you see, Fuji? The first number one up at the top there? Experience. That's number one. Second is seniority, meaning time served. You see what I'm saying? And what it says is that if it so happens that two of us are put up for promotion and the two of us has the same educational background, guess what pulls out the person and distincts them so that they are the ones promoted? The very experience. And we are seeing too many inexperienced NCOs. We are seeing too many inexperienced persons in special units. How the hell can you take somebody fresh out of academy and put them in a special unit? Brother, anywhere else to get into a special unit, you have to have that time and that experience.
Of course.
And this is exactly why, because you see, one of the things we don't do here, I know for a fact, we do not do psychological investigation into people and assessments. So when you have these young men who come up on the Vibes Cartel and the other type of music that in their head, and they grow up on the block too, and they grow up in the schools and the homes and communities where the very criminal actions are being normalized and being what the word I'm looking for? They're being celebrated. These are the same young men who go into the force and they didn't have the time to adjust and to change over from that mentality, because over time you will. But the thing is, they have not done so, and so you put a gun in these very same young men's hand. We saw what happened right then. Was it Chateau where Patel showed you the video of what happened with a young police come on the block and pull his gun for what? Yeah? The first thing many of these young police are ready to do, and I notice I say young because many of the seasoned ones sometimes they don't even want to pull the weapon. And then there's weapons training. Exactly as to when you should pull a weapon. There are 5 points before you pull a weapon, brother. 5 points. Ask how many of them know them. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, and one of the other things, the last thing I'm going to say on the police force, when I saw the COP acting come out and said what he said there, it made me laugh. You know why it made me laugh? Because people like him too. And no, Enville is a person I like, but people like him too helps to perpetuate the hatred against police. And let me tell you what I mean. I was speaking to a young man, good friend of mine. He drives a van. And, oh lad, yes, we know van man, some of them does get a real dotish, and some of them give every other van man bad name. But we know he a good van man. And he apparently overtook the commissioner of police. Not knowing it was the commissioner of police, because obviously if you're in a private vehicle, you're not in uniform, you're not going to know who you be. But that doesn't state that I can overtake you on the road. There's no law that says I can overtake you on the road. No, the young man stopped. You pull up because you so powerful. And this is according to the young man. You pull up, give me your license. Who are you? Why should I give you my license? Oh, me, I commissioner. You empty the van because you had the power to do so. The man didn't overtake you, no illegal overtake or anything like that. But because you had the power to do so, you take the man on the van carrying barracks. Had the man they lock up for a whole day. And this is the crunch of the part that bothered me. Because basically the same thing has happened to me too. Where you go and you tell another officer who wasn't there, find 5 charges to give to the man.
What do you mean find
5 charges to give to the man. You couldn't find 5. You give him 3 and he had to pay. I said, listen, you need some belt because we've been going court.
Yeah.
But I guess the young man was afraid he would have been detained until.
But it is interesting that you're sharing this, because I know of a similar incident where basically the same thing was done, Same, well, in terms of a different driver.
Right.
But with the commissioner, right? There's a story that I was told sometime early up in this year. It happened.
Right.
So I guess in other words, you should not overtake the commissioner of police.
But this is nonsense.
It is against the law
the same.
to overtake the commissioner of police.
Remember on a few G, me overtake Ralph, and they try to put it to say that me not should have overtake Ralph, And I asked Scratchy at the time, who was head of traffic, show me in the law where it says I can't overtake the Prime Minister on the road. He said you have to go to a higher authority. You, the head of traffic, can't even tell me. PUG, me had the book, me had the whole book of traffic laws, the whole book. Yeah? So when it comes to me with that nonsense, I have to laugh. But anyway, all I'm saying is sometimes when we are saying we want to mend, walking around in uniform and come and say, oh, walk to communities, then I go help nothing. Because if the attitude doesn't change, nothing is going to change, brother. Now, on to this vaccine thing, maybe 2 minutes. Now, here's the thing. with this vaccine something. I was just reading something before I came on the phone where, you know whose name is on the SRNO and all them things, the Jimmy Prince.
Yep.
Yeah? With the changing of the law, you know what it said up there? With the power conferred on him by the Health Act, Section 300, whatever. He is putting such and such and such in place. What Jimmy Prince they know?
Quiet. Missing in action. Building another
What did
footpath,
CMO they know?
perhaps.
What did CMO they know? And the Prime Minister who used to come and crash all of the CMO's media briefings and act like if he know more about all of this more than everybody else. Where is his voice now? The very man who went out to the airport and tell people, if you don't take a job, you're not going to have a job. Me still had a video there. The same man who sat down, me play the video Saturday night on the rant, who sat down and say prison officers, nurses, police, all of these people, even though you show up to work and you don't have your vaccine card, you're deemed as absent. Yeah?
It's all there. It's all there.
Where are they now?
No, present
I remember.
day. Where, that is it. Where are they?
Brother.
Missing in action, silent.
I remember I was, and Spencer said it just now, I was called Dr. Google. I was nicknamed Dr. Google right here and boom. And I said, I want to know where Gerald Thompson, the same one everybody is getting their information, because I know they're not sitting in Pfizer meetings, they're not sitting down in the CDC meetings, not the FDA meetings. But I decided to read. And I'm going to ask you a future question because you took the vaccines.
Me? Oh,
when
right, okay.
you went to take the vaccines, right? Did any nurse, doctor, or whoever present you with a fact sheet from the vaccines?
A fact sheet?
Yes.
I was supposed to
a
ask.
Sheet. You were supposed to be given that sheet because even the Pfizer company said before you take the vaccine, everybody, even the CDC said it, you must be given the fact sheet so that you know where you're getting into.
Probably, I can't remember. It's been so long. I can't say
well,
what
listen
I
to me.
did.
Every single body who I've spoken to have taken the vaccine, they never see a fact sheet yet.
Okay.
Yeah? Do you remember when these vaccines were just being tested and rolled out? When they were telling people to come and take, you know, one of the very first things that Pfizer said to people, after taking this vaccine, he said to women and men, especially the women, stay away from your partner for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that was that for sure.
Remember that? You remember that?
Yeah, of course.
I am telling you firsthand. I am telling you firsthand that I have lost a single and a twin. And nobody not tell me that it's not because of this vaccine, because the person had a child before. Yeah?
Wow.
Twice. You hear me? A single and a twin. And I know of many more people, many more women that my herbalist had to help in helping to realign their hormones and so forth, because they were bleeding the moment they get the vaccine. They never stop bleed like they see in a forever period.
Yep, we heard about all the effects of the way in which it affected the menstrual cycle. Yep.
Of knowing people. I know of women who have not seen a period up till now for years. As a matter of fact, one woman sought me out when I used to be at the restaurant in Paul's Avenue. She said, "Ken, sir, come to show you these things." She said, "When I took the first dose, I started bleeding from my breast."
Wow.
She showed me all of her papers, and I wouldn't call the name of the doctor that she went to last, who tell her, yes, it's the vaccine, but still telling her to take the second dose.
Wow. Now all the stories are coming out.
But brother, let me show you something.
All the science coming out.
If you want to know more about this, look up Dr. John Campbell on YouTube. All of the things about the turbo cancers and so forth, they have been peer reviewed and put in journals. And here the thing, people still want to deny. And we've seen it here in St. Vincent all of a sudden from the time here somebody get cancer stage 4. Like how?
Yep. Yeah.
And then on top of that, the final thing is this. On top of all that, even after the AstraZeneca people had pulled, they already pulled. I'm not talking about when they had started to say, well, to align it with blood clots and so forth. No. Even after it was pulled was done away with. We still have them here telling people they were safe and effective. This government and all of these people and Ministry of Health need to go to jail. All of them. Because after it was proven that it was creating clots in people, they were still pushing it a year after talking about safe and effective. I used to listen to the jingle on NBC radio. And me used to cuss. I made Facebook posts about it, and I said these people need to go to jail. Because how could you Pfizer just put out another thing here in September, a part of the papers, where now they are admitting to myocarditis from their vaccines.
Man, listen, I hope that persons can go and check it out for themselves, but there's a good bit of it that Jomo highlighted.
The Pfizer papers are them today, of course, but the Pfizer papers today, all people have to do, you have phone in you have computer in your hand every day. Go and look at them. But no, you know what happened? A lot of people still want to live in denial, brother.
That is it.
That is
all right.
So
we're going to end it there.
Have a good one.
All right, take it easy. But I need to link you as soon as I get off air, though. All right, okay. We got 18 minutes away from 10 o'clock. Pastor Richard should be joining us in another few minutes. Somebody else want to get inside quickly? Good morning.
Good morning, Fuji.
Morning, welcome.
Yeah, Fuji, you have some people just come on some of the radio station and say they condemn violence against women, right? Where were they when you Michelle Andrews was crying in the wilderness? Where were they at Yugi Farrell and other women? Some of them went up to Jupiter and Mars and them. So they couldn't get no signal to condemn violence against these people. So when they come back to earth, with two faces under one cap. And now come talking, but they condemn violence against women. Where was so many women violence was, and they keep silence. So where were they?
Your guess is as good as mine, my buddy.
Boy, I tell you, is the people, many people in St. Vincent real? Is some of them Vincentian?
Yes, you know. But I mean, we do a pretty good job at pretending, conveniently. Yeah?
Okay. Thanks for that. My God.
All right then. Okay. Take it easy. Have a good one. All right. Okay. So we're going to get ready. Pastor Richard should be inside with us in a few seconds from now. So we'll go ahead and prepare for his arrival. All right. We're locked inside OMG on a Monday morning. Check out the Pfizer papers. All right. Check out the Pfizer papers. And like I said, Jomo pulled out a good bit of it. Well, enough of it. It's a really, really good read, plain talk by Jomo Thomas from on the weekend. I think it's in about, a few of the online newspapers, so you could find it there as well. Go check it out for yourself. Pastor Richards is backstage. Let me put that up there. And Shady.
Let's check in with the doc and look at things with a wider lens. Pastor Richards on OMG.
Pastor Richards, welcome.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yeah, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to everyone. Excuse me. If you interact with me a little bit this morning, maybe I can get my thoughts clear. But I've heard two, maybe three matters that I'd like to comment on. The vaccine, apparently. There's a resurgence. Well, the narrative never really went away, but for whatever reason, that seems to be becoming a daily conversation. And when I say the vaccine, let me be very clear to say the vaccines related to COVID-19. There's an unfortunate thing that is happening in relation to vaccine. I will talk to you about in just a little bit. Now, my fellow Vincentians and others, at the time when this was rolling out, early o'clock a few years ago, I remember almost daily, along with other commentators, commenting on the COVID-19 um, pandemic, um, and my thoughts on that evolved. I remember what my initial before the thing exploded. I remember what my initial conversation. In fact, not only do I remember, but I don't normally write notes on my commentaries, but for whatever reason, I wrote notes on my COVID. In that time, what I did is that I wrote notes of what I said and I dated it because I knew that at some point reference was going to have to be made. Among the things I said, um, especially I said there are some things that time and only time can reveal. There are things that you will not know for sure. You might be able to guess at and speculate at, but I talked about longitudinal studies and why those are important, and in relation to the COVID vaccines, I did say that time would reveal and you will get a better assessment. But in the moment, lest we forget the desperation, lest we forget the urgency, lest we forget the panic and the scare, um, especially when we heard of all of the deaths. It was a very, I'm pretty sure that most would agree with me that it was a time of extreme desperation. And one of the things I pointed out, again, I have my notes. One of the things that I pointed out, Fuji, is that in times of desperation, a drowning man, will clutch at a straw. Not that there's anything viable and sustained in this straw, but a drowning man would clutch at anything to save him. And at the time, given the dire straits that practically the entire world was in, something was needed. I think what we have the problem with, what I have the problem with, is that in the time of desperation, the way the vaccine was marketed. I'm not saying that the vaccine did. I will not be one of those who will sit here and say the vaccine didn't do any good. One of the questions that I ask is that I wonder where we would have been without the vaccine. I don't know. I wonder if the aggressive move to get people to take the vaccine worldwide, I wonder if that was any sort of factor in the slowing down in the rate of the spread of the COVID-19. I wonder if, had the vaccine not been pushed, if more people would have died. I wonder, I don't have the answers. What I do think, what I do speculate on, this is speculation, what I do speculate on is that I think the thing was over marketed. I think that in order to, this is just me thinking, in order, and in the time of desperation, in order to break down the walls, the inhibitions against taking the vaccine and all of that, I think it was marketed as a best thing since sliced bread. And maybe some would argue necessarily so. And so consequence, the indemnity and the indemnity clauses that were given to, you remember them, that the removal of blanket removal of liability to the vaccine manufacturers and all of that, again, was part and parcel of the desperation of like, push these things out, we're going to make sure citizens take them. Like I said, and I have notes. Those of you who followed my commentary and took notes, you know what I said then. Furthermore, I said, I think the term that I used back then was the residual effect. The residual effect of the things and the machinery that we were putting in place to shore up the administering of the vaccine and other things related to the COVID-19 pandemic. I said, watch, we are making sweeping regulations across the board. And one of the things, as one who has studied a little bit of how these regulations, laws, and everything, I said then, things that you put on the book, things that you put on in place in times of emergency and beyond the shadow of a doubt, that was a time of emergency and of desperation. But I said you're going to be putting things in place, you're going to be implementing measures, you're going to be putting protocols and procedures in place. And long after things have settled down, the laws, the enactments, a lot of the things, long after the pandemic has gone, the residual effect, I remember saying, of all of these things will still be on the book. Laws will still be on the book and will not, while they are being quickly implemented, I don't know that they are so quickly removed. So what is happening now? And even the vaccine companies, Johnson and Johnson, Moderna, Pfizer, they like I said, you're discovering more and more what you could not know, with certainty. With certainty, you are discovering, and Jomo's paper, you are discovering some of the things that only time can reveal. You might have speculated at these things, but you might have warned about these things, but only time can reveal scientifically that these are the effects, right? Back then, we were told, trust the science, trust the science, trust the science. And as Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, and all of them use their own scientists to study the long-term, do the long-term assessment, we still have to trust the science. Another of my major concerns, because I deal with health people. In fact, every year I am part of the vaccine campaign. Because of the let me explain it. Because of the conflation, Fuji, people have conflated their feelings and emotions related to the COVID-19 vaccines. They have conflated that with vaccine in general.
True.
And whereas there was a spark of suspicion related to a vaccine, some people are fanning vaccines in general. Some people are deliberately fanning the flame so it becomes a raging fire of opposition to vaccines. And not just here in St. Vincent, but certainly here in St. Vincent. The angst against COVID-19 vaccines, that is spilling over into the uptake of how people address and get people do their regular vaccination. That is unfortunate because we know for a fact that vaccines are lifesavers. But because of the negative narrative and marketing of the term vaccines in general, people are shying away and are becoming very suspicious of vaccines. And that is an unfortunate offshoot. So what I do yearly, I join with those who are promoting vaccines that have been such salvific value. The MMR, for example, measles, mumps, and rubella, that have been so helpful. But when we lump everything under, but we can't trust vaccines anymore, that is doing a dent. It's doing a dent to our public health here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and not just here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In certain deep red states in the United States, I've been following Virginia and other places where the suspicion of vaccines in general has risen to a new height. And so what has started with a pushback against COVID-19 vaccines is now spilling over into vaccines in general, and how that is going. The correlation, the inverse correlation there with public health and what's happening as people refuse to have their children vaccinated or to have the proper vaccines. For example, during the flu season and all of that, when people don't take their shots, how that is adversely affecting public health. And when it adversely affected public health, now guess this, get this, everybody. When public health is adversely affected, it affects the public purse. And a lot of people don't make that connection. Poor public health means high public spending in the health sector. And so this is going to come back and bite taxpayers. This is going to come back and bite those who are contributing to the government's coffers as more and more people get sick or avoidable things that could have been avoided. But because people are not taking vaccines, it is going to adversely affect public health and affect public spending on health. So that's something we have to think. So I don't beat down on, as the findings come out, I don't beat down on those who want to know more about the COVID-19 vaccines. I think that is good. What are the ill effects? There were and there are ill effects. As with any medicine, there are ill effects. I think, again, and while I don't beat down those who question the vaccine, it is your right to question the vaccines. I don't beat up on you. I also made it clear that in the marketing of the vaccine, that these negative issues were not embraced. When I say embraced, by those who are promoting it, they marginalized, they pushed these concerns to the periphery. And the reasons why these were pushed to the periphery, let's not talk about we don't want to hear nothing negative about these vaccines. I think the desperation of the moment and seeing that these vaccines, were more than one, had the potential to stave off or to at least halt or to arrest or slow down the spread, and people were scared. I think people were clutching at straws. So a part of me, I'm not saying I promote it, but a part of me understand the moves that were made and why they were made. I don't applaud them. I don't applaud them at all. I might be out of time. You see, I had a couple other things to talk about, but yeah, something Mr. Week said too, that okay, so that vaccine aside, let's push the vaccine aside. Mr. Weeks mentioned something about aggression and violent acts, and I happen to concur with him. There is more than the one or two acts of violence against women. And I think he pointed to something that I'm not going to unpack right now, but I'm going to say it's there. And it relates to general rage, how we handle disputes and conflict resolution as a people. In other words, he is saying it is not just incidental, it is something that is more broad-based. I don't want to use the word culture because people have different connotations of that, but it is broad. But let me give you an example. I listened to someone on this radio a week or two ago condemning violence and acts of rage, and I'm like, I was with him until towards the end. He said, if anyone, and I understand this, but the publicly promoting like that, boy, what he gonna do with them? And you could hear the anger and the rage in his voice. And I realized therein lies the problem. I'm not beating up on him. I have a daughter of my own too. But to publicly declare, if something touches your big toe, how are you going to deal with it? And the response was, I'm going to deal with this very, very violently. And I'm thinking, wow, even in the best of us, we have an issue where the response is violence. And once the initial deep core instinctive response is violence, then we get a better understanding of how widespread this thing is. We have to address this incident, Vincent de Grandes, we have to address how deep-seated this is and our lack of mechanisms to deal with provocation, our lack of mechanism to handle disputes and to diffuse our anger, to settle disputes and all of that. I think we lack the basic mechanisms and not the breeding, but the schooling and the shaping to handle conflict resolution. And I think within that niche, we do have a subsector of what provokes a lot of the violence here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But much more about this later when I have more time. Thank you for listening this morning.
All right, thank you, Pastor. Have a good day. Enjoy.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, that's where we wrap things up for today. Thank you, every single one of you who stayed inside with us, who interacted in whatever way. All right, we appreciate it. Enjoy what's left of your day today until tomorrow morning when we do it all over again right here. Boom 1069 OMG in the morning. DJ Shady Fugitive, we're signing out.